Hello again, everybody. Okay, this is question of the day. There come them Indians. Alright, I ain't did that in a long time, have I? Okay. So, Susan J. asked this question, and she asked, how did you and Albert meet? So, let's see if I can make a long story short. Alright. My cousins, who are, nope, it's not going to be short. Here we go. Bo, Sissy, Tina, Melissa, and Amanda. They're all brother and sisters. Me and Bo's the same age. Sissy's 1 year younger, and then 2 or 3 years younger is Tina, and 2 or 3 years younger, 4 is Melissa, and then Amanda was like a baby, at, you know, kind of during this time, or a toddler, or a, she was a toddler. She was in my wedding. She was a toddler when we got married, so a toddler, baby and toddler. Okay, I was close with all of them, and Bo and Sissy were already on their own. You know, Sissy was married, Bo wasn't married, but he was off. I didn't get to see him much. Me and Tina is the ones that were close and hung out and spent the night with each other. And then, like I said, Amanda was a baby, a toddler. Okay, these cousins are my second cousins, I think. Yes. Their daddy is my first cousin, because his mama is my aunt, because she's my mama's sister. Okay, she's done passed now, bless her heart, ain't Irene. But her son, Jimmy Dale, had all these kids. Jimmy Dale's my first cousin, his kids are my second cousins. That's probably not really how it goes, because you're really supposed to say it once removed and all this kind of stuff, and that's the hard way. I got to do more thinking to do that one. This is how we've always done. You have first cousins, their kids are your second cousins, and then their kids are your third cousins, and then after that you're not really kin. So, anyway, alright. So my first cousin, Jimmy, their daddy, his wife, Kathy, is Albert's aunt, his mama's sister. So all of these kids are Albert's first cousins. Alright. I didn't know Albert. I didn't know his mom and daddy. I didn't know any of his people. I didn't know their kin from that side, their mama's side, you know. I only knew because Jimmy was my cousin and them, you know, we're cousins. So, they started telling me and talking to me a lot about their cousin on their mama's side, which was Albert. And they told me all kind of stuff about him. Alright, so, and I mean, this was just, they loved him. They was crazy about him, okay? And they told me how cool he was and things he done. He played all these instruments. He always was building and adding on to their mama's house and fixing up, and he fixed a music room for just all of his instruments in it, and it was just so cool, and they just, you know, liked him, and so they was always talking to me about him. Alright, one day I'm babysitting, I'm at home by myself with the boys I was keeping, get a phone call, and it's my Aunt Irene, and it wasn't a normal phone call that I get from her. I answer her, and she says, hey, and she used that little voice, you know, and that's how I knew there was something up and it was different. She said, hey, what are you doing today? You babysitting the babies? You know, I could just see how she would turn her head and do and kind of be grinning. And I'd say, yeah, and she'd say, what? She said, well, how much longer you got them for today? When does their mom come get them? And so I told her, and it wasn't long, you know, for her to be here to get them, be there to get them. And so she said, well, do me a favor. She said, get ready. Put on a nice dress. Brush your hair back. Clamp it back. All nice and pretty. When she said that, I said, uh-oh. She said, and as soon as the boy's mama comes and gets them, hop in the car and come over here to my house. And I said, why? And she said, please just do it. Don't ask questions, just do it for me. And I said, ugh. I think she finally did say, I got somebody I want you to meet, you know. So I said, ugh. I said, okay. So I had to do what she said, even though I really didn't want to. So I did. The boys' mamas come and got them. You know, I was ready. I left. I went to Aunt Reen's house. Okay. When I got there, it was just her, and I call her Aunt Kathy now, but it was Kathy, my cousin's mama. I just called her Kathy back then, I think. But I call her Aunt Kathy because Albert calls her Aunt Kathy. So anyway, always interruptions. So I told y'all I couldn't keep this short. So anyway, the person they had wanted me to meet was Albert. He had been there, but he had to leave. He was coming back though. So we was waiting. It was going to be a little bit. Aunt Kathy needed to run to the store and get something. She asked me if I would run her to the store, so I did. On the way back, we could see Aunt Kathy's driveway way before we got there. She seen Albert's truck. She went crazy. Oh, he's there, he's there, he's there. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. So we drive up. We walk in Aunt Reen's house. He's sitting on the couch, the end, right there by the door. She introduces us. You know, when we walk in, I sit down. He's talking to Aunt Reen and Aunt Kathy, and I just sit there and listen and stare at him. And after a little bit, Aunt Kathy says, Sherry, why don't you get up and fix Albert a glass of tea? So I get up and go in the kitchen, and I fix him a glass of iced tea, and I bring it to him, sit back down, and sit there and stare at him and listen to him talk. I don't think I hardly said anything. You know, I was shy back then, remember? But that's how we met. And when he got ready to leave, he wanted to leave, but he didn't want to leave. He would get up, and he stood in the door, and he propped up on the door, and he'd keep yakking and talking. Well, I need to go, but then he'd stand there and yak and talk. He didn't want to leave. He liked what he saw. Yeah. So that's how we met. So, and now I say, when we get in an argument, I blame it on Aunt Kathy. I say, it's Aunt Kathy's fault that we're together. So that's how we met. That's the answer to your question. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I am out of here until next time. I'm done. I'm gone. Toodaloo.